Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Now remember, stick around to the end of the video because I have two really cool comments that I want to read to you guys at the end, okay? So let's talk about today's topic first. This is a really important situation, and I don't know if other people have talked about this before. I know I'm not the only person that has noticed it, and maybe other people have done videos on it and I just didn't look or didn't see any. But I wanted to talk to you about something that really bugs me. Over the weekend, I've been watching, I always watch a lot of YouTube. You guys know I love YouTube. And I found two new YouTubers that I've been watching. One is an Aquarius, and I'm gonna link their channels underneath this video because I love them. One is an Aquarius, he's really cool, and the other one is a Pisces, as a matter of fact, I think he said. And he's also really cool. He's more of a jokester though. The Pisces is the jokester and the Aquarius is more of the deep thinker. So I like both of them, and I'm gonna drop them underneath here. So as I was sitting there looking at the jokester, I kept on, he does a lot of commentary on different people's channels. And as I was sitting there watching it, I was thinking to myself about all of the YouTube channels that are really controversial. The ones that people have a tendency to hate watch, which I was like, and the ones that have very problematic characters. And as I was thinking about this, and you know, I've seen a lot of their videos just, you know, over the years of being on YouTube. And one of the things that really gets to me, number one, is the hate watching itself. I want to talk about that. And number two is that I feel like in a lot of these cases, these people are not well. And I feel like, what does that say about us? What does it say about us? It reminds me of the Roman Colosseum when they would throw Christians to the lions. I don't know if this really happened or if this is just like, you know, stuff I saw in movies. I think this might be Christian history. I'm not sure though. But I've seen movies that may or may not be true of them having like gladiators. I think the gladiators are true. I've seen that on the History Channel. So I've seen the gladiators fighting each other to the death. Or they said they had thrown Christians in the lion's den and watched the lion like try to tear them apart and things like that. It reminded me of those old stories. And I was thinking to myself, what does that say about us as a society that we sit and watch mentally ill people have meltdowns on YouTube and giggle about it? Or maybe not even giggle about it, because a lot of times I'm not even laughing. I'm just like, I'm just looking like, what the feezy? And we all know these channels. I'm not going to say no names because, you know, I don't believe in putting out names unless I have to. But in these cases, I'm not, because y'all know what I'm talking about. You've seen these meltdowns. One guy was crying and rubbing food on his face and tripping, you know. One guy was pouring water all over himself. One chick was sitting on her kitchen floor crying and saying that she has all these strange things she be saying. She called herself a chicken nugget. She was like, I think I'm a chicken nugget. And I was like, what the hell do you mean? You know? And we sit and we watch these people and we get enjoyment or something, something we're getting from watching these people who, in my opinion, are clearly mentally ill. Clearly, because I understand emotion, I understand being dramatic. But some of the meltdowns that I have watched are clearly people. I mean, some of them are acting, they're faking, they're trying to get views because these are the videos that get the most views. And I'm watching them and I'm saying to myself, yeah, they're faking, they're acting, but something's wrong. Because if you can degrade yourself to that place just to get views, just to get clout, just to get ad revenue, then something is wrong for real. It might not be whatever you're faking at, but you got narcissism, or you got something. You got something going on inside of you that is making you act out worse and worse and worse. And with most of these people, you can see the progression, because their channel starts off really small, and then they have a freak out, and the channel just keeps on growing. So they keep on having freakouts to keep making the channel grow. And that's why I said I'm looking at us, the audience, because I'm thinking to myself, we're the ones propelling this, because we're the ones watching it. I remember the other day I was watching one of these commentaries, and the person said in the they said in the comment section, "I'm just here for the dislike button." So they just watch this person. They don't like this person, and they're subscribed to this person. So whenever their videos come up, they can dislike them and leave nasty comments. And I was like, but what people don't understand is you're helping that person. YouTube doesn't care if you hit the dislike button or the like button. It's all engagement. Okay, that's what they call it, engagement. So if people are coming to your page, watching your video, liking or disliking your video, leaving positive or negative comments, that creator is still getting paid for it, number one. And number two, is still pushing them up in the YouTube algorithm. So if you hate watching your favorite channel, and I'm going to explain hate watching in a second. If you're hate watching your favorite channel, you're helping that person. The only way to really affect that person is to not watch them, because their views go down, their engagement goes down. And then YouTube is like, oh, they don't like this anymore. And they start putting forward a different creator, because YouTube recommends, videos for you to watch. So if you're watching somebody, hate watching or not, they're going to keep recommending that person to you. They're going to keep recommending them. And if you stop watching them, they'll start recommending other things. They're like, oh, they don't like this anymore. Let's recommend something else. Because YouTube wants you to stay on YouTube. YouTube wants you to watch, and they don't care what you're watching. Because as long as you're watching something and you're engaging, then they're happy. Okay? So if you don't like somebody, hate watching them is actually helping them. So what is hate watching? Hate watching is when you can't stand somebody. You cannot stand the person. I have people that do this to me, because I have somebody who dislikes every single video. Well, I'm not going to say every single video. For a long time, they disliked every single video. Now they just dislike sometimes. I guess they kind of like found something better to do. And it was like a year or two, and they were just disliking every single video. But what they didn't realize was they was putting money in my pocket. Thanks. Because that button you were pushing showed YouTube engagement, and then they pushed my video to another person. They put a couple ads on it, and I got a couple dollars because of you. So thanks. So that's hate watching. Hate watching is when you don't like somebody and you watch their videos to hate on them, to either, engage negatively, or to say, oh, look what this person doing now. And the longer that you're on that video, the engagement is going up. Now, let's say you really don't like this person and you send it to your friend. Look at this person. I hate her. She make me sick. Look what she doing. That's more engagement. Now, that person that you're hate watching, you've now sent their video to another person. So you made them some more money. You see where I'm going with this? Your hate watching is helping the people that you don't like. And you might say, well, hate's a strong word. I don't hate nobody. Okay. You're dislike watching. And your dislike is helping that person that you don't like. So again, the only way to handle these situations, especially with somebody that you don't like, is to not engage. Unsubscribe from that person. Do not engage with that person. Don't go to their videos and hit like. Don't do any of that. One hack that I see some people do, some people will go to the channels that report on these channels, because there are a lot of drama channels, a lot of tea channels, or commentary channels, and those channels will show you some, if not all, of the actual video that the person did as they're commenting on what's in the video, if it's a big YouTuber, that is. So some people tell me that they just go watch it that way. That way they can see it and not give the person their money, not give the person their engagement. So you get to see what shenanigans that person is up to, but you're not helping that person. So some people do that, but I personally just stopped following them. Once I realized this, because I didn't know this at first, once I realized this, I just stopped watching. I stopped watching, I stopped following. And that's the best thing that you can do if it's somebody that you dislike. Now, if it's somebody that is just, you can tell they have mental health issues. Like I saw this woman over the weekend, and it's clear that she is either schizophrenic, she has some kind of psychotic break. She's homeless now, and she's still broadcasting to the internet, and people are hate watching her. When she does a live, they say nasty things to her, and I'm like, this is a person who's clearly mentally ill, y'all. Like, come on. She's clearly mentally ill. If you can't help, which in this case you really can't, because she scams people. So if you can't help, the least you can do is not hurt. Stop following her. Say a prayer for her and move on with your life. But I see, like, as I was watching her videos, because she had a lot of videos, and as I was looking at her videos, because I was trying to find out what was going on with her. Was she schizophrenic? Was she acting? What was going on? And when I saw that she was homeless, I was like, yeah, she probably not acting. So I would see people commenting on her videos. I see people talking about how they called, and like this one time, she was trying to do a show. This woman who's schizophrenic was trying to do a show. And she was saying on an Instagram Live how she wanted to do this show. And I won't say the name of the show, but one of the people in her comment section called the show and told them not to book her. And I'm like, okay, you may or may not even be right about them booking her or not. But how are you so invested in this woman's life that you calling and making phone calls about something that has nothing to do with you? You clearly do not like this person. So why are you hate watching her and then calling people that she's trying to do business with and you don't even know her? This is just from seeing her in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because she's all over the internet. It's just from seeing her and knowing how she is. Now, I'm not saying that she's a great person. I just told you guys she's a scammer. But she's clearly schizophrenic. So instead of just leaving her be, saying a prayer for her, letting her go, people are hate watching her, yelling at her, talking down to her. They do all kind of things in her life. Like, she'll be talking to people, she'll be arguing with people in the comment section. And I'm just like, I'm looking at her like, wow. But I'm looking at the people. Like, she's schizophrenic. She's mentally ill. She has a diagnosis. She's been to the mental hospital twice. But what's your excuse? What's your excuse to sit and hate watch her and then scream at her and call her names and tell her she's crazy and make fun of her and talk about her hair and things like that? I'm like, what kind of world do we live in where we're okay with that? And I can't say I was watching too. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I'm just saying that as I was watching, I was thinking to myself, what are we doing? And it kept taking me back to gladiators in the ring. It kept taking me back, and I'm like, it kills me how we will sit and watch a train wreck. We'll sit and watch people tear each other apart. We'll sit and watch somebody self-destruct for our entertainment. We'll sit and watch a man pouring things on himself and screaming at the camera because he wants more engagement and more followers. Now, mind you, we all know that something is not his elevator not going to the top floor, but we all still watching and pointing and jeering and laughing. It reminds me of the old days when somebody would do something wrong and they would have to be sentenced to public humiliation. So they would put them in the town square with their hands and their head through a thing, and people would come and throw tomatoes and fruit and things at them. That's what it reminded me of, this public humiliation. And I'm just like, when will we get past doing shit like that? And I was thinking to myself and telling myself, like, don't hate watch no more. If it's somebody that you don't like, or somebody that you think is gross, or somebody that's just really screwed up, or somebody that is like a scammer or something like that, don't even sit there and hate on their misery or laugh at their misery. Sit there, say a prayer for them, and move the hell on. And that's what I was thinking about. I was just like, damn, as a society, I'm just like, we got to do better than this. And mind you, I don't leave nasty comments for these people, but a lot of people do. A lot of people leave nasty comments for them and say all kinds of things to them. And I'm just like, you clearly see that this person has a problem. You clearly see this person is mentally ill. Why are you doing that? So I'm just asking you, because I asked myself, to think about it. Think about it. If it's somebody that you don't like, the fact that you're helping them, I think is like, hello. Don't help them if you don't like them. And on the other flip, if they're just, freaking out and, doing crazy stuff and clearly mentally ill, stop watching. Because if we stop watching, they'll stop doing it. And maybe they'll get some help. Maybe they'll be like, you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody's watching me have a meltdown on my kitchen floor. Maybe I'll go see a therapist and see if I can work this out. So just think about it. All I'm asking you is to think about it. Because I saw it and I was like, this is not helping them and it's not helping us. I think our society needs more compassion and more kindness. And like I said before, sometimes those things aren't possible. Sometimes it's a person that you just can't go there with for different reasons. But the one quote that comes to my mind is, if you can't help them, don't hurt them. And laughing at them and enabling their behavior, because another thing is, like I was thinking about, when they get paid, like the people that are off and they're getting paid through AdSense or whatever the case is, we're enabling them. We're enabling their behavior because they're getting paid so they can keep on doing what they're doing. So think about it is all I ask. All right, now let's look at some cool comments. We got one from Sonia J. Hey, Sonia. Sonia said, hi, Queen. Thank you for posting. It was very informative. Let me see. I'm doing research. I did see Panama and Africa on a list of best places for African Americans. Good info. I guess I better start researching more. So this is from the video that I did about African Americans who want to leave the United States. And Sonia is saying that she watched the video, found it to be informative, and is going to do further research. So thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you so much. Thank you for commenting, and thank you for even listening to me, because that means a lot. Thank you. Now I got a message from Chud Isk. It looks like Chud Isk. I think I said that right. Chud is publicly subscribed to me 7 months ago. I love sevens. Thank you so much. And Chud said, I love you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I love you right back. I love all of you guys. YouTube is really a great place for me. That's one thing I have to say. Every once in a while, I run into a knucklehead or somebody who get on my nerves. But for the most part, 99% of the time, YouTube is a great place for me. So thank you. Thank you all. All right, guys. Time for us to get going. So if you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I'll hook you up. Other than that, all my information is underneath this video. And come back soon. Come back soon, because I have a lot more to say once I get some water. See you later.